Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're gonna talk about what's going on with the X Twitter situation. Comment below on what you think about the situation, what needs to be done, what isn't. I'll continue. I'm very surprised that somebody of this caliber, not even this caliber, because I don't know what kind of person, but this mindset to go this far, it's like that's a caliber. But it's like this part of life. Like you people with thousands and hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands of followers on Twitter and X being exposed that they're in India, they're in other parts of the world. They're just showing the name of the creators. Like this person is nowhere near or part of the culture and apologizing for using the word for basically. It's like, wow. We started beefs, crazy stuff. And I don't know what's going on. Somebody wants to be a fan. I don't think that's wrong. But to start situations and the person's probably, you don't know if they're racist or not, or what's going on. Sometimes we gotta be careful on who. It's good to be careful on who you invite to whatever. It can seem something as small as music and all this, but the person doesn't seem that interested. They're not friendly. They don't like in any way. They're just aggressive to you know what I'm saying? Like you don't know if they just don't know sometimes, or they're not interested. Like, let somebody at times show interest, some type of interest, and go based on that. Don't like they're the most like whatever, because you see in situations like it goes this far. Somebody can possibly go from they wouldn't they would rather have it wouldn't hurt a fly. They would rather have it as a pet kind of a situation, and or they're scared of. I'm not even gonna say that, but it's just it wouldn't hurt a fly ever in a life, and to act like the biggest gangster, the biggest whatever, the warrior, keyboard warrior, and whatever, however far it is, whether it's meet me at this location and not, like talk absolutely crazy. Never talk like that in real life in their life, possibly. But allegedly. Never have, and this is what happens when things and people and influences can get too big with too fast and too inviting, I guess, to any type of person. There's somebody who respectful and stuff that ain't start problems. They just reporting on news what happens. They're not instigating situations. They're not getting somebody to risk their life off another person based on a comment or whatever, though, or news, or not doing nothing crazy. What is that? I think they said academics was based on Australia. To me, he don't talk like he's from Australia, so I don't know if he moved there after or what exactly going on. But somebody from India, and then he's apologizing and during channels, bro. It's like, and it's not just in rap, in hip hop. This is in many different industries that's going on. As far as just accounts, whether it's news or this and that, is from India or other parts of the world and Asia. So even it's like something about defense. But anyways, it's just good on knowing the bots that are on pages and things, and I like to see a stop to this, man. This is ever since TikTok came out, it just world. A lot of these YouTube Shorts videos of people. Two things: giving out important. That is the main thing. Giving out too much information, important information. So you make it. You invite the wrongest person in the world into your life, your subject. No respect, no care. Just trying to put people down, make himself up, and he has no business in any sense to be there. Like he couldn't have dropped a quarter near you by accident if he got lucky. He couldn't cough by accident. Like, he couldn't do absolutely nothing by accident. So why do what they did on? Why do what they did? Why start situations that you couldn't even, like? This is insane. Like, like the only way you could have started a situation is you drew a picture of somebody that was it's like you had to go so far out of your way. Like, you had to do something like that. It's like somebody yelling at a parking lot and know the language they speak. And they think they tough talking to nobody. Like, they literally, like, everybody's walking in the store, this location, he's talking to himself. Like that is insane, man. And then you find the video, it's not even in America. And he's talking about something that's totally different. And it's just like, let's say the guy was arguing about a drawing that he thought wanted the color to be blue. And, he's acting tough on a 5-year-old, for example. Like, that is insane. Like, I'm very surprised that it takes a billionaire to do something about the bots. It's like all of these inventors, all of these like super technological people, people that work in Facebook, people that work in, they don't work by themselves, according to my knowledge. They actually have employees and all that, CEOs, vices, and a whole big chain. Nobody in Facebook, nobody in Google, nobody, Elon Musk is one guy. He is smart, but one guy. There's not like they could have been easily a team, a task force, something on these bots, or and it takes this long to receive anything. I'm not sure what to think about it too much. That is not my job in any sense to be in charge of X, Twitter, or Facebook, and all this. But when people do not try to develop, right? Not try to fix, not try to, just add or, have a sense of hope. Things can go badly. Maybe it's later, maybe it's not. But so a seed the size of a mustard seed, and it can grow larger than any tree. When you look up the mustard seed, you'd be very surprised. And it's great to see somebody that's a billionaire seems to care about these types of issues. I don't even want to do too much or too little sometimes. Or at times you can say, but sometimes it's necessary, and we never know sometimes. I'd rather not have to go too far. Sometimes you have to, and I don't mean in a confrontational kind of way or to be extra, provocative or loud, but what I'm saying is that we don't always need to. Sometimes certain things, it's not the nicest things. You have to get the job. You got things you have to do. You have responsibilities. You got bills you gotta pay. You got things you gotta do, and unnecessary confrontation, unnecessary whatever is just not needed. And when too much space is allowed in, you can get too much of what you didn't want, what you don't like absolutely unnecessary. Like it could have been 100% avoidable, but because nothing was said for a period of time that was growing and growing and growing, the problem just kept growing and growing and growing. And then it becomes just totally it can start to look like you can't even say nothing when you can, but things might just have to build one step at a time type of thing. So for that not to have been mentioned before, or I feel like, why is this? I think people gotta be more selective sometimes. At the end of the day, a lot of you listening are fans, and sometimes I just wish that people in these positions of power, right, would use their power to help out, to filter out, these type of shit. Like, it was just left 100% on the fans to figure out. It seemed like up until this point, if who might be a bot or not, or from this country started major problems, whether it's in the news, politics, it could have just been a hater the whole time. So these type of situations don't go nowhere unless addressed. It's like if you, I don't want to put a lot of stress in your mind, but if the court is accusing that you got a ticket and you wasn't even driving, you don't got no car, no nothing, unless you say something that is gonna, whether you feel like this is a mistake or not, you can go and say that it was a mistake, but it can be resolved. The rent sometimes, hey, the rent is this and that. They might not have, they thought they didn't receive your pay or whatever. You need to fix something in your apartment. The vent isn't working unless you say something to your apartment person. It's like it doesn't exist a lot of the times, and taking that step by step or a step by step approach. I'm not saying it's the absolute best way and this is the only way to do something, right? Unless that is done, it's like, unless something is done, nothing is done. I like that. Unless a step is moved forward, a destination cannot be felt, cannot be seen, and cannot be compared to. So, type of situations, I think dealing with people is not the easiest, especially in this age, sadly. There's been a lot of allowances, I think, in general. A lot of people with any type of intentions has a lot of access to a lot of information, whether that's in people just wanting to like how would he even know this type of stuff back then, right? Like, you didn't hear about none of these type of situations, and we had a lot less technology in the 2010s, the 2000s compared to now, or it wasn't as developed as it is now. And so you're not always helping the world when you give helpful information. You can be making it worse to people who don't intend to use that information with care. It doesn't mean that everybody initially has bad intentions with it. A lot of people, whatever. Like, just them, you're telling somebody that's not careful at all, like, sensitive information could be sent to the wrong people. And I'm not sure exactly what is going on exactly, but this is why I don't like the beefs too much, like being aired out. Who knows if ended up having something to do with something that could be this big or even bigger. Now, since I'm seeing this situation, like 2 artists was beefing and you thought it was the artist, but it wasn't. I'm not gonna say everybody's innocent, but there's definitely history involved in people starting beefs or having beef because of somebody else on the internet, whether it was a comment, whether it was and it's just, even if we're not in the world, right, where we're used to seeing people every day and we can help know more who we're dealing with or not, or say something or not. I know we move on a fast pace. There should still be a certain level of space, 6 feet of communication. How far somebody, because you met me yesterday, it don't mean you can curse at me or you can talk crazy. And I don't mean like in a confrontational or get into that type of situation. Right? Staying away can be good. Don't give everybody all your energy. It may sound something to think about, but sometimes what people can feel entitled, and if all they gonna do is make your life worse unnecessarily, make their life worse, they don't know how to handle hard situations. That's not your fault. It shouldn't be everybody's burden. Like this situation, like the guy couldn't sneeze at you even if he wanted to. I'm saying he couldn't accidentally sneeze, accidentally say bump into you. He couldn't do absolutely nothing. All the way in India, but can possibly start situations here in America. Is that clear for some of y'all here? And in real life, somebody would say anything close to excuse me or whatever, right? But how come online, like the farther someone is, the more different sometimes it can be? If you know somebody like that, why continue to be around them? Or to, not, if you're not going to say anything, because it's not necessary to always say something. A lot of people I understand they might not care. If you're not going to do or say, or you're not surprised, you're not okay, just simply stay away. Because a lot of people sadly don't care. It doesn't mean just because you do good, somebody's gonna come to the rescue or award you, give you a trophy, appreciate. It doesn't have to end there, is what I'm saying. Like, this guy should have been exposed. I'm not even gonna say anything. Sometimes that's how I be feeling like sometimes. If this was 10 years ago, he would have been exposed immediately, son. Like, or he would have been exposed. But 10 years ago, or even more, even probably 5 years ago, and 6, 7, whatever. The fact is that everybody maybe didn't have the best way of communications back then, or knew about all these types of stuff, right? But based on what I know, I'm gonna use what I can and what it's a so much different. I feel like too much information is too much information. I remember people used to say, there's more people that say, if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? I'm not gonna say 100% that is right or wrong in every single situation that ever existed, because there are things we can improve in, right? but we don't have to reinvent the wheel just because we might think we know enough. Like just completely go in a certain direction. Every time is not a time to try something new, is what I'm saying. And every time is not a time to stand still and just watch. Or, just forget about what is going on. There's some situation you just gotta do something about it. Like I mentioned with the bills, that something needs to get fixed, the light bulbs or whatever. Even in that, I don't believe a pair of socks. Somebody spends $1 million on some socks that nobody's gonna see, especially the regular socks work fine. A toothbrush, I don't know how to brush my teeth. I don't need to spend a whole bunch of money on that. And a pillow. Some people, maybe y'all are interested. I'm not knocking anybody because I know how it is. You got a back injury, you got like an upper body injury. If that's your case, okay, we understand. If it's not your case, this is false advertisement that I'm gonna do right now, and pretending like I'm a salesman. Do you want a pillow or you with a hole in it, right? So that you can put your arms in between and sleep when you barely move your arms now because your arms feel trapped, actually, to help you feel more comfortable. Yeah, I personally, I thought about it at first. Like, I have been in situations before where that was like, I thought I was gonna do something else. Maybe it's easy to turn the pillow to the other side, or it was an actual, like it was separate, or I don't know, man. It was like maybe it's just the background music, or the how comfortable the bed looked or how big the pillow was or whatever. But it's like just to put your arms in. I don't know if I could sleep. That was it. I was like, that does seem real nice sometimes, but I'm thinking that extra thought matters at time. Dude, what if I want to move to a different direction of the bed? Now I gotta drag I gotta push down pretty hard to take my arm out or just to move it a little bit because now it's on my elbow or whatever, and like whatever it is, and it might be touching the wall, or now depending if I move my arm a little tiny bit, I got my shoulders bumped. If it can cause a major, maybe now it's on my wrist, maybe. So I'm like, That is a situation where it's not cool in any state or manner to be in. I don't recommend nobody to be in that type of situation. Um, Over the years, I've seen many commercials on many different types of things. I think it's ridiculous. Um, 20 toothpastes, and I think things should go back to towards just too much. It's like you don't even know how to properly use or care for, or too much toothpaste. It's like I get the same one. I used to go one because I found out certain ones was better than another one. Once I found that certain one, or that one that got the job done, whether it was because a lot of these things is better now. In the beginning, whitened teeth toothpaste weren't that good. They said they did it, and now they got these like all-in-ones, and they do a pretty good job. If you ask me, so I get the same one every time. With headphones, they got like millions of different companies. It's like, are they really making money, or it's just like an ego thing? Because like a lot of us, we go for the price, or we go for the brand, and it's just that simple. If you got shoes, you probably shop the same brands. You don't have like millions of different, or you just go for the store. You feel me? Like this store sells. You're in the mall. I understand that, but I'm talking about like outside. You're gonna drive 20 minutes to go here and then here and then here and 30 or an hour every day just to find the right, or the, whatever, the right shirt, the right pants. Like, come on, sometimes. So sometimes I'm not surprised when these stores close down. I hear on the news, it's like who really needs that much clothes, right? uh, uh, Even in information, it's like, it's like you can have it, and then it's not. So people, it's just too new, and they don't know what to do with it. And it might even, all I can say now with all that said is like, comment, and subscribe if you like what you're hearing. You like to see these topics being talked about. You appreciate what's going on. You want to see more. You want to have your voice heard in the comment section below. Already know what it is. You don't leave it like that here in Life Journey News. Appreciate everybody here. Have a good one. Talk to you later.